Okay, so we've got a job on to attend on the M6, junctions 14 to 13 southbound. It's myself going out to it. Yeah, it's in an ERA bay at the moment, but like I say, we need to attend it to recover it. But because the other firm Rescue Mate, they've been out to it and they've snapped 4 wheel bolts, and the vehicle's only got 1 stud remaining, so there's a risk of it coming off. We can get into the bay. Yeah, we can get into the bay. It's just I'd rather have an electronic lane 1 closure on it for peace of mind. If the wheel does come off, then at least the traffic's out the way and a little bit slower. But obviously, if it's even better if we could have an officer there, that would be even better news again. Yes, I think. Yeah, but can I just give you the details that I've got for now, then you might have to just get a highways officer en route? Potentially. I think it's about 2 or 3 lay-bys past Doxy, which is where some of the highways are based out of in DVSA and the police. Obviously, if there are no resources available, then yes, I'll give you the marker post when I get there. Even better, I might be able to just get it off my customer now, actually, just bear with me. Customer's just sent me the marker post number on the phone box. 6254 Bravo. Can I just give you the reg so I can just carry on driving a little bit, if that's alright? With it being an emergency job on the motorway. Yeah, wicked. Do you know where your nearest resource is? No, fair enough. Wicked. Kilo Mike Indigo 33 Foxtrot 1, and it's a Renault Master Luton van in blue and white, and it's the driver's rear wheel that is obviously faulty with 4 missing studs, or snapped off studs. It's Greg, G-R-E-G. Yep. Sorry, let me give you 07546 247 365. Yeah, so if I can get out there now, if that's okay with you, to obviously get to this customer, and then we can obviously get the ball rolling that little bit quicker, yeah? Super 100%. Right, that'll do me, mate. Tell one of them to ring me back as soon as he can. Thanks, mate. Cheers. Bye-bye. Right, so we are now on our way to this job. Obviously, yes, it is an emergency. This guy is on the motorway in the ERA bay, which is the emergency refuge area. So we're going out there as quick as we can, and we will be using a little shortcut at Doxy in Stafford. It's a little quick flyover to get there that little bit quicker. Saves a little 10-minute trip around the Wrekin because we're coming from this direction for an emergency job on the motorway. Now, unfortunately, the bad news that the customer never got hold of us at Stafford Mobile Tyres for their tyre. They got hold of a firm called Rescue Mate, which some of you may or may not have heard of on my channel before or on my Facebook page, because we have nothing to do with this firm whatsoever. They are a rip-off in every way, shape and form. So they've obviously sent somebody out, whether it's one of their own or somebody else's, because another conversation from another day, they said they were going to blow us out of the water and they were going to get 5 vans on in my area. Well, guess what's happened today? That one of your supposed vans have attended this job on the motorway. They've not only snapped 1 wheel bolt where you'd normally think, yeah, let's kind of leave it at that. They've done a second one, a third one and a 4th one. And then they've said, yeah, we're going to leave this one now. So they've left 1 wheel bolt in on this wheel. Now, the only small positive with me going out to this job now of the circumstances, that there is 1 stud on and the vehicle is empty. And I've reiterated with the customer, completely empty. So there's not a great deal of pressure going through that wheel, but as you can also appreciate, 1 stud out of 5 ain't good at all. So I'm going out in the Leyland DAF, one because it's a Luton and he said the height he wasn't 100% sure, might be 2.4 or 2.6, but it's below 3 metres. So in my Mercedes SLA, obviously it sits flat on the ground, which is good, but it's the height of the bridges on the motorway, and I don't know, because it's a foreign vehicle with a foreign body on as well, I can't really take that risk with measuring heights and dilly-dallying. So we're going out in the Leyland DAF. Loading angle is a little bit higher, but not by much at all. Just putting on my roof beacons now. And we've just got to hope and pray that the wheel bolt stays on whilst we get this recovered. Because if it doesn't, that wheel, yes, it might just go like that, but it also might do that, and start rolling and rolling and rolling. And we do not want that whatsoever in the slightest. So I've already rang up National Highways to try and get a bit of a lane 1 closure in place. Whether they'll do it in time is a completely different story, but at least as a second, when they do shut the lane off, I've got that little bit more peace of mind that if anything does go south, the traffic's a little bit slower and is out of the way for me to try and catch the wheel. I always try to say avoid being on the driver's side, but for this job I need my eyes on that wheel on the driver's rear, so I'll do my best to get it on without causing any more damage. But the customer is completely aware of the variable circumstances of the nature of the vehicle recovery operation on the motorway. That's it, gonna pause this clip, gonna hand you over to the chest cam so I can have my hands free and available, and we're gonna see what happens any moment, kinda now. Okay, I'm not looking forward to it, but here we are. Right, in the lay-by, it was the first one after the DVSA Doxy. Right, let's reverse ourselves back. I'm going to give Highways another ring because nobody's here. But I'm going to use a telephone box because it might just be that little bit quicker. Also need to make sure of how far the customer is to the near side, which is great, but I've also got to make sure my bed deploys in a straight line as well. Right, camera's on, pausing you now. Right, air is out of the rear suspension. PTO on and taking the handheld remote with me. Okay, we've got a gap, let's go. Ah! Straight wrap round to passenger side. Here. All right. No, I'm the recovery driver. Just attended a job in the ERA, marker 6254 Bravo. All it is, I was already on the phone to Highways not long ago at all to try and get a temporary lane 1 closure put in place. Reasons being that another mobile tyre fitter firm have been out called Rescue Mate and they've snapped 4 wheel bolts out of 5. So when I'm winching this vehicle on the truck, there is a chance that the wheel may come off, but only a chance it may. So I'm just wondering if you can at least put a lane 1 in place for us so I can start getting the ball rolling if possible. As long as it takes to get the vehicle on, hopefully 5-10 minutes at most. Yeah. Yeah, I've rang up about 10 minutes ago. I've just come off the phone to somebody at Highways. I can give you the reg if you'd like. Just trying to get a closure in place so I can get it on a bit safer. Just in case that wheel comes off, otherwise we're in big trouble. Who was it? What firm was it?
That was Recovery Mate or something like that.
Yeah, Rescue Mate, yeah.
Mate. Yeah, come out like a fucking plane like that.
Oh, is it a plain van?
Yeah.
Dear.
The court literally come out, it says, I snapped 4 of your wheel nuts, I'm not going to try the last one.
Jesus.
Like, looks like a leg.
Yeah, I understand.
He just left me with the towel and flipped up.
Jesus. I'm going to put the bed up and reverse back a bit closer. I've been in the other truck for a while and the bed comes out 40 foot, so I'm just used to parking far away. I'd rather keep every rotation. Yeah, I'd rather just get a bit closer to be safe. Oh, what, to export it like?
No,
or?
no, I live in Poland.
Oh, right, okay.
So I drive to go down over here back in...
Right.
Fucking every time I come over to take it back...
Something happens. Maybe it's a sign the van wants to stay over here. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, okay. They can do it electronically, like, but yeah. Oh, right. Right. And I bet you don't know where they're being dispatched from, do you? Yeah, in a list. Could I give you my mobile number and call me when you know who's coming and where from? Yes. Yes. Yeah, okay, okay. Alright then, if I don't hear anything in 5 minutes, I am going to ring back though. I don't want to be in this emergency refuge area any longer than needs must, and nor does the customer. Yeah, alright, thanks. Bye-bye. Pretty useless, they don't know where they are or whatever yet, so I'm just going to reverse back a little bit closer for now, but I can't really risk moving it just in case, because they're not willing to put a lane 1 closure in even now. Because I say it's going to take longer than 1 minute, they won't shut the lane off electronically, which is pretty silly really, because it's meant to be a smart motorway, but hey, they know better than me. So I'm going to reverse back for now, put the bed down, I'll get the winch connected, then I've just got to wait for somebody to arrive. Alright? Highways, good old highways. Never do it the easy way. Needs a front tyre. And another front tyre. That's it. Wait now. Leave that remote on there. Nothing we can do at the minute. It's got to wait, mate. So, but I'm all hooked up, ready. Just got to. Right. Nothing from Highways yet. It's been 5 minutes. Time to ring them back. Because we are in a dangerous place. Police, please. Hi, my name's Greg. I'm a vehicle recovery operative just currently on the M6 between junctions 14 and 13 southbound. I have reported to Highways that we're trying to do a vehicle recovery in this emergency lay-by now, and we've got a vehicle that's got 4 wheel studs that have snapped, and there's only 1 bolt holding the wheel on. They did say about 10 minutes ago they were going to send a crew down, but nobody's still here, and we're sitting ducks in this lay-by. And Highways are not willing to put a lane 1 closure in place because the recovery is going to take longer than 1 minute. So what I'm kindly asking, if you've got any police resources that might be able to sit behind us whilst we do this recovery, and then they've probably got the authority to put a lane 1 closure in place. It's just I'm at a 50-50 risk of this wheeler coming off as it's being winched up the truck. So we're not doing anything until we've got help here. And I say I'm all up for waiting for Highways, but we're sitting ducks in a lay-by here. And I don't want to wait any longer than we need to. Yeah. Yeah, I've been on the phone to this Highways number. It's now spoken out on the refuge area because I've been on hold that long. Yeah, that's okay. I'm just on the phone to the police, mate. That phone's rang out, so Highways are that busy. We're going to be here all day, mate. So, and as you know, every car that comes past our lorry, we're at risk here of potentially getting struck. So, yeah, not good. I say I don't ring up 999 very often. I'm not that person, but we're just sitting ducks in this lay-by. Yeah, that's okay. And the police at docks here are only based like half a mile away from this location anyway. And I already gave Highways my mobile number nearly 20 odd minutes ago to when I already reported it for the first time round. And still nothing. But I completely appreciate if no police are available just to sit behind us and get that lane 1 put in place themselves. Yeah. Snapped, completely snapped, and there's only 1 holding the driver's rear wheel on. If it was on the passenger side, I'd probably be alright to just carry on because the wheel's only going to go down the embankment, but being on the driver's side, it ain't worth the risk.
I just want to get as much on there as possible.
Yes. Bless you. Yeah. If they're not on the dinner break, eh? You know, it's like, I know you're in a control, but when you're that person standing in an emergency refuge area, every second counts.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And I'm just so cheesed off with highways that they're not even willing to put a temporary lane 1 closure in place whilst we're sitting here waiting. It's terrible on a smart motorway.
Right, so Westmead to deal with, we've got a partnership with them, Motorway Policing, as you say, doxing.
Yes.
So they're aware of this.
Yes. Do you want me to give you marker post as well? We're at marker post, 625 4 Bravo. So 625 4 Bravo.
Okay.
It's the first lay-by after Doxy. The first lay-by after Doxy.
Okay, I will get that over to them again, just so
Yeah,
they'll be able to track you down.
of course.
Great, do you mind if I take a couple of details?
Of course. Yeah, I'm human, male, burger, B-U-R-G-H-E-R.
Okay.
I'm going to give you my mobile if you want.
Yeah, I've got the number here ending 811.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Okay, lovely. And what's your date of birth, please?
30th of the 6th, 92.
Okay, great. Right, I've sent that back over to Westmead with the updated
Yes, info.
location, so they'll be able to track you down.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll do what we can. We're really sorry that's the way to let you down.
It's just disappointing, isn't it? You know what I mean? They've got all the technology there and then, haven't they? So.
I know.
But oh well, I'm not important, am I? So until one is their own, it's a different story.
Well, you are to us, Greg.
Oh, bless you. At least somebody cares about me.
You take care of yourself.
And you, thanks. Bye. Right, come wait up here whilst we're waiting, eh? We'll have a sit down. Hopefully we'll have the police here very shortly if all goes to plan, then we can just crack on. Done. Oh dear, dear, dear. Yeah, the police are only based like there at Doctor, you probably know, like.
Pulled in there a few times.
Ah, that's it, aren't we all? And I'm not a person that rings the old bill for nothing, like I just crack on, but just do it on driver's side.
Yeah, I tried it,
Yeah, driver's side, just driver's side.
I was a bit more.
Yeah, well, yeah, even if there were 2 that were left in or 3, yeah, crack on.
Hold it on the
hub.
hub itself.
Exactly, here we go. This is Highways England now. Hello, Highways. That's right. Yeah. Live lane, I completely understand anyway. I have rang up the old bill because I tried ringing back on the telephone box and it timed out. So I have put a request into West Mids to try and come out and do it instead. They won't do it. Oh. Yeah. And whose responsibility is it for my life still sitting here waiting? If you can't just put a red X on the matrix above my head. Well, it should work like that. I know, but still, you should be able to at least put something in place to try and protect us here. Oh yeah, it's in a bay, like, but don't forget we've got all these HGVs, caravans and lorries and cars coming past us every second. Well, no, not even a lane 1 closure, but even if you just restrict the speed a little bit, you know, anything would be better than us sitting here waiting for you. No, it's not what you do, right. Yeah, if it's not what you do, that's fine, we'll just sit here and hope for the best. And where are that crew at the moment, do you know? 14 to 15, so yeah, they're going to be at least 20 minutes at least. Yeah, incredible. Okay, bye-bye. Well, that's a waste, mate, that is. So they're at the minute doing a live lane, which is understand, a live lane breakdown, whatever. But that's between junctions 14 and 15. So they've got to get all the way from Stoke-on-Trent and back down here. But that lady is not willing to reduce the speed, and she's not willing to put a lane 1 closure in place electronically, so I can just start getting on with it now. And apparently the police have said it's not their problem, it's highways. So you tell me, we're not important anyway. And because she said the vehicles aren't moving, it's not dangerous. Well, what about all of this? It's dangerous enough, isn't it? Well, exactly. Or even if that lorry gets a blowout now and he has to shoot in here, people need this lay-by. They're only every mile and a half. Disgusting, really, but there we go.
I don't know every mile or fucking amount of time it broke down this section of motorway.
Yep. Jesus. Dangerous, but I just don't understand why they can't even put a lane 1 in place above our head now. On that one and that one, that's it, that'll do. That's all it needs to be, but they won't put a red X in place until there's a crew here, and if it's going to be over 1 minute. I'll be putting a few clips on my YouTube channel anyway. Hey, this might be a copper. Is it? Is it? Yes. 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 Hey! Thank you very much. Oh yeah. Thanks for attending. The only reason I've called, the previous firm that have been out to change a wheel, they've snapped 4 wheel bolts. So, because I've got to winch it on the truck, there's only 1 nut holding that wheel on. So I've rang up highways just to try and put a lane 1 in place whilst it goes up, just in case the wheel comes off. But don't get me wrong, there's a chance that it may just stay on and be absolutely fine, but I can't take that risk with it being on the driver's side. So, if you let me know when you're ready, I'm all hooked up, everything's ready. So yeah, but thanks for coming out. When I say snapped, I mean they are snapped. Yeah, they're gone. Previous tyre firm, and it's not us because we're Stafford Mobile Tyres as well. Are we ready, are we? Yeah, nice one. Right, crack on. Oh dear. It's alright, I'll sort it. It should go straight on, to be fair. If you just make sure the handbrake is off. Yeah, police don't mess about, mate. They're on it. Right, I'm just going to have to stay over here, mate. Vehicle breakdown. Oh, I can't talk, mate. I'm on a busy motorway. Gotta go. Cheers. Right, at least that wheel stayed on. Bonus. I'll sort it, mate, just with it not being secured just yet. sorted. Oh, great! You keep hold of that. Sorted. Thanks for that, appreciate it. Yeah, just gonna put my airbags up and then that's it, be gone.
I'll do that. I'll keep this close.
Just until we're out. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, at least you've come out, but you know, it's like you can't sit here all bloody day waiting for highways to finish off doing what they're doing. It's just if somebody's free to come out, it's like, great, that'll do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, terrible. But yeah, let's say on the other side, 4 are missing, 1 left in the tyre fitting firm. Should have just left it at 1 or 2 really, but carried on until the last bloody one. Right, magic, good man, thank you very much, appreciate it. See you again soon. You have a little jump in there, mate. You're alright, just a little handle on there as well. Sweet. Magic, magic, magic. Oh dear. Right, let's get ourselves out of here. Let's take that camera off here. Oh. Sweet.
Jeez, how old's this?
Oh, she's an old girl. 1990 something.
He's actually a fucking daft like that.
You can try and put your belt on if you can, sorry, if you don't mind. Oh, it won't?
No. I just tried.
Right.
I take it yours, you just don't bother with yours.
No, I don't have one. Don't have them in here. Too old. Too old. Oh, well, after all of that, the coppers finally came out and the highways lady was rude as... Yeah. And says, no, they won't come out. It's our problem. It's our job to deal with. Nuts, that is nuts.
They just pass it or they...
No, they'd be assigned because they're only based in Doxy, them are. So if they were free, that's why they come out. If they were on other stuff, great, you know, emergency, whatever, but, you know, we are still pretty damn important when we're sitting in somebody's potential getaway off the motorway, something happens to their car or lorry.
Out of there, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Well, you know, it's like, where you think they only hold for like 3 or 4 vehicles at a push and you've got to be parked up nicely, you know, and if you get a lorry that gets a blowout, oh man, they're too short, too short. Hello YouTubers, so just a little update and a recap on that job. The vehicle is off, it's just one piece of timber on the floor and it just comes straight off, absolutely good as gold on the good old Leyland DAF. If you're new to the channel, I ain't got my seatbelt on, she ain't got no seatbelt for the driver. Now, little recap, so I initially rang up about that job before I even went to it. So I rang up National Highways, which is the right thing to do as a professional recovery operator, to report the breakdown, to report the nature of the incident of the wheel studs being broke by the previous company rescue mate. And they didn't snap one, they didn't snap two, they didn't snap three, but they snapped all 4 wheel studs, so there was one left, which is not good. You should stop on the first, or at a very fine push, the second wheel stud, just to get them limped off the motorway of some nature if you really had to, or to load it on a recovery truck. But hey, that wasn't the case. So I was told basically to get there, arrive there, and then a crew would be sent or whatever, or to do a lane closure. Well, I got there, I rang up on the phone, and they would not do a lane 1 closure electronically without having a crew there. But the crew that they had, or eventually that they had, was up near Stoke-on-Trent on a job doing a live lane breakdown. That's absolutely fine. A live lane breakdown takes priority over me in an emergency ERA bay, an emergency refuge area. That's cool. But the problem is, how much longer have I got to sit in that lay-by waiting for a crew to get there? Because for all I know, there might be another incident in the next lay-by after that, or whatever, or a live lane incident on the way back. So the highways lady said that their resources are obviously busy at the minute. I said, look, I'll ring the police up on 999 and see what they can do to try and help me in an emergency situation. She said straight away, no, the police won't do anything, they'll pass it back to us. Okay, so I was like, okay, well, guess we'll see what happens and let's give it a try. But you've got to understand, when you're that general member of the public, or that recovery operator, or that tyre fitter, or that road worker who's in that lay-by, every minute or every second counts, should I say, not every minute, every second counts. And the reason why that you don't know when that next lorry behind you's got a blowout and they're trying to swerve to get in the lay-by, or when that customer's car or van engine cuts out and they're rolling to get into that lay-by. We were doubled up in that lay-by and it's pretty much full. You might have just squeezed a car behind us, but that's about it. The lay-bys are too small. So I rang up the police, I explained to the lady, look, I don't ring up on 999 very often, but we are in a dangerous situation. We are in our ERA, an emergency refuge area. Just because you're in that little lay-by does not mean you are safe in the slightest whatsoever. Yes, you are a little bit safer, but you are nowhere near, you are no means out of danger in that little tiny lay-by. Full stop, end of the subject, don't get me started on the rest of it. So I rang the police, the good lady, she understood it, she said she'd try her best, and guess what, the lady at the police control room got it sorted. Police are out in less than 5 minutes. I re-explained to the officers, to the kind officers out there in the emergency situation, about the breakdown and the reason why I had to phone up on 999 and the reason why I needed help. They understood it. I showed the officers the photo by the previous agent that snapped the wheel bolts off and there was one left, so they understood. Yeah, the chance the wheel coming off was slim because the load was the Luton van was empty, but still, it's never to say that the wheel may not ping off and start rolling into a live lane of carriageway. That's it. Coppers were happy, I'm happy, customers happy. It was a good result. That's exactly what we wanted, and the wheel stayed on whilst we got it loaded and also whilst we got it unloaded. That's a wrap, to be honest, but I've got to admit, sometimes you have good days with highways, sometimes you have bad days, but that particular job today, in my opinion, was not good enough by Highways England to try and help us out at the roadside. You can easily set a lane 1 closure electronically in their control room at the click of a button, but hey, today it wasn't done for me. But tomorrow they might do it for another job. Who knows, luck of the draws, how I'd say it. But thank you to CMG, the Motorway Police. Straight out on it, lane closure put in place, job was a good one. Thank you very much all, like and subscribe. Mr. GDB, we'll see you all on the next one. Massive thanks for the 18,000 subscribers. Mr. GDB, over and out, and time to get fueled up. What do we say now? Okay, let's go. See you. you can get out of it. He's gone into the wall. Yeah, ring you in a bit, mate. Ta-ta.
Where's reverse?
Where's reverse gone?